Hello, I'm Dr. Safari, and today we'll be taking you on an ethnic adventure. Me and some of my mates are traveling around the world to find blacks, whites, Hispanics, and even Asians. We're going to be looking at the most prevalent eye diseases afflicting each race. We're on our way to Harlem, New York City, one of the densest populations of black people on the planet. Jay-Z says dreams are made, but when we say primary open-angle glaucoma is made. We're stopping by the SUNY College of Optometry, very close to Harlem, to see if these cocky interns know what they're dealing with. Let's have a look. Today we're going to be talking about rice as a risk factor in glaucoma. Can anyone tell you about rice and glaucoma? Intern Cherembolo.
Well, the Baltimore Eye Study in 1991 was a cross-sectional design population-based survey which used data from 2,395 African Americans and 2,913 whites, and found that African Americans had a 4 to 5 times higher prevalence of glaucoma than whites. This prevalence discrepancy was most notably higher in patients greater than 80 years old. I have a 60-year-old male with a family history of glaucoma. His current pressures are 27 millimeters of mercury OU. His CDs are 0.4 round OD and 0.4 horizontally, 0.5 vertically OS. The OS rim tissue does not follow the isn't rim.
All right. Let's take a look. Intern Cherembolo, you're on a path to a not met for the day, unless you could tell me one important thing you left out about this patient. Think back to your course in epidemiology.
Oh, I have a 60-year-old black male from Barbados.
Righto. What shall we do then, eh?
A study done by Gong et al. In 2006 determined that the prevalence of primary open-angle glaucoma varies with different subsets of black populations. They found that black people from Barbados had a significantly higher prevalence than African Americans from Baltimore. Given the patient's findings, family history, and Barbados African descent, the odds of this patient having glaucoma are high. I'd want to do a baseline visual field, optic nerve head imaging, and consider trying to get these pressures down with a prostaglandin analog.
Can anyone tell me about glaucoma disease severity and when to treat glaucoma among blacks versus whites? Intern Cherembolo, give the others a chance. Intern Kim, we haven't heard from you all day.
Well, glaucomas in blacks onsets at a younger age, progress faster, and has a higher mortality. Therefore, we should be more aggressive with our treatment and intervene sooner with a black patient compared to a white patient. I have a 60-year-old black male glaucoma suspect for large CDs. We ran a baseline visual field and a GDX. His IOPs were borderline at 22 OU.
Intern Kim, now I really like you. I would never give you a not met for the day. However, can you postulate why it is black people would have a higher prevalence of glaucoma over other races? I'll give you a hint. Again, because I like you. It has to do with a measurement we have yet to collect.
Some studies suggest that anatomical differences could be the basis for the higher prevalence rates among African Americans. The ocular hypertension treatment study in 2002 found central corneal thickness to be a significant predictor for the development of primary open-angle glaucoma. And wouldn't you know, other studies, including a retrospective study conducted by Shimoto in 2003, found that African Americans had significantly thinner central corneas with an average of 535 microns.
I
I knew that.
Okay, go.
We're at Koreatown, New York City, one of the densest populations of Asians on the planet. You can tell by the smell that we've arrived. It smells like kimchi and myopia. Come along this way. I think we found us an Asian with myopia. Right over here. You can tell by his short working distance, reading real close to the page, that he's myopic.
Here, we have an Asian male who's been playing video games for 16 hours straight. His eyes are experiencing some dry eye symptoms because of his prolonged use of the computer. According to the elderly Korean population study, Koreans have a higher prevalence of dry eye syndrome when compared to a white population by almost 20%. The Singapore Malay Eye Study shows that dry eye syndrome has been reported to have a statistically significant impact on the ability to read fine print.
Go.
A refractive error study conducted by Dr. Kleinstein showed that out of 2,500 children, Asians had the highest prevalence of myopia at 18.5%, as well as the highest prevalence of astigmatism at 33.6%. Here's our subject reading a book. He has a reported 20 diopters of myopia and astigmatism.
We're on our way to Long Island, New York, one of the densest populations of white people on the planet.
Welcome, Ms. Zimmerman, to University Eye Center. I'm intern Vogely. I'll be doing your eye exam.
Oh, not as young as I used to be.
So what problems are you having with your eyes today?
Oh, they're not good, not good. Not as good as they used to be.
So what problems, is your vision blurry?
Yeah, I look at figures and it's like shadows and even close up when I'm watching
When
television.
did this start?
Oh, a long time ago. It's just been happening, getting worse and worse.
Okay, when was your last eye exam?
Oh, 3 years ago. Unfortunately, I don't drive anymore and I don't have anyone to bring me. And my grandson, he's here. Oh, how old are you?
Dr. Terstinsky, I have an 83-year-old white female. She presents with shadowy vision. Her last eye exam was about 3 years ago, and she's not sure when the shadowy vision began. Ms. Zimmerman, after doing your eye exam and discussing with my supervisor, you have a condition called age-related macular degeneration, or ARMD.
Am I gonna go blind? This woman in my complex said she went blind from AMG also.
Well, actually, Ms. Zimmerman, there's been a lot of studies conducted on ARMD. In particular, the Baltimore Eye Study, they show that there's a higher prevalence of more severe types of ARMD in Caucasians compared to other ethnicities. And about 5.4% of Caucasians will have ARMD.
Oh, so does anything have to do with my young age at all?
Well, actually, Ms. Zimmerman, age does play a big role in ARMD. In particular, women aged 70 to 74%, there's a prevalence of about 1.5%, but women who are about 80 and older, the prevalence is a bit higher. It's about 16% of women who are 80 and older have ARMD, so that means more than 1 in 10 women will be diagnosed with ARMD.
So only my age plays a role? I mean, I'm healthy. I do water aerobics every single day to work my muscles.
Well, it's great that you do exercise. It's very helpful for maintaining good health throughout your life. However, it is not just age, it's also eye color. People with lighter colored eyes, like green or blue, there's been a significant correlation with age-related macular degeneration, and you have lighter colored eyes, so that may have played a role in the diagnosis.
Well, I mean, my eyes don't always look green. I had this brown sweater on the other day, and everyone's like, oh, your eyes look so brown in that brown sweater.
Well, the Blue Mountain Eye Study, they actually showed that there's a higher odds for females to have ARMD. In particular, there's a higher odds of 1.15 compared to males. So the fact that you're Caucasian, you have lighter eyes, that you're 80 and older, and that you're female, all of those can play into, having a higher risk for age-related macular degeneration.
Well, I guess I'm doomed.
Well, no, we'll go look at some of the different options you have, okay? You're not doomed.
We're here in Jackson Heights, Queens, New York City, one of the densest populations of Hispanics on the planet. We're gonna take you to Central America, where 2 of our correspondents will be speaking about diabetic retinopathy in Hispanics.
Nuevo and fuego!
Hola, mis amigas. Mi nombre es Susana y es mi amiga Camila.
Joining us today is the highly regarded researcher, Dr. Susana Ricardo. Hola, Susana.
Hola, Camila, y hola todo el mundo. One of the most prevalent eye diseases in the Hispanic ethnicity is diabetic retinopathy. Diabetic retinopathy is when there are microvascular complications of the common disease, diabetes. In los Estados Unidos, Latinos have a higher prevalence of diabetes and therefore have more related complications. Hispanics are more likely to have higher glucose levels, higher BMIs, and higher hip-to-waist ratios, which means they are more at risk for diabetic retinopathy. According to the Los Angeles Latinos Eye Study, over a 4-year period, 34% of Latinos who had diabetes developed diabetic retinopathy. Also, diabetic retinopathy in one eye most commonly spreads to the other eye. These results underscore the importance of Latinos, especially those with diabetes, getting regular dilated eye exams to monitor their eye health. Adios, los amigos! Now we will hear from the head of the Eye Institute here in Central America, Dr. Carmen Diego. Hola, Carmen.
Hola. Thank you, Maria. Cataracts is the leading cause of visual impairment in Latinos and one of the major causes of blindness worldwide. Cataracts is a clouding of the crystalline lens that can happen with age, blocks light from getting into the eye. According to the Los Angeles Latinos Eye Study, through a process of in-home interviews and comprehensive eye exams, which included assessment of lens opacification, 4 enabling risk factors were identified. These are factors affecting individuals' ability to use healthcare services associated with unmet needs for cataract surgery in the LALES population. They include no health insurance, annual household income less than $20,000, self-reported barriers to eye care such as cost, lack of transportation, long wait time for appointments, and concern of lost wages, and a last eye exam of more than 5 years ago. Improving health insurance coverage for U.S. Latinos, accessibility of eye care, and promoting public awareness on the importance of eye health can all help to reduce the prevalence of cataracts among Latinos.